Whoa, everybody, it's Ulster Comics Podcast Reviews Day. Reviews Day. It's going to be a good one. Going to be
I
a
hope.
good one.
Is it?
Yep. Yeah,
It's
yeah, it's
it's
a pretty
nighttime. We're not doing this back to
nighttime
back.
is the
You think we're
right
doing it?
time.
That's right. The nighttime is the right time. What is that from?
I
Oh,
don't
there was
know.
an Adam Sandler audio CD
Oh yeah.
about this guy who joins a cult. And he's trying to bring his best friend into it.
Yeah, pretty exciting times though. Our Youngblood Deluxe is hitting our record high so far.
So far,
Um
the Youngblood 2025 is
Yeah,
record
yeah,
high,
that review. I have
and
a
the
one review in the can that I'm still trying. I gotta edit this weekend. I swear I'm doing it. Swear. Rob's really mad at me. I'm not done
Youngblood
this.
Deluxe 2 will be out by the time Mark puts out Youngblood Deluxe 1.
Is that coming out tomorrow?
I thought it was. Liefeld had copies on his Whatnot show, but
Hmm.
like last time I checked Midtown, they said
It's on the shipping list.
yeah, it wasn't on. But Midtown sometimes wrong, so who
Yeah,
knows?
it's weird. It's weird that I mean, it used to be that the diamond shipping list was always the best, but I feel like that's bad. Everything's bad now. Well, now
No,
it's five companies. So, but let's jump right into
top to it.
reviews. Boom. Now I'm starting because I was on, and I know this is not part of the show per se, but I don't know what this is. So I need your help. What is this? This was in 1995 San Diego Comic-Con. What? Did you ever see this before?
I don't think so. Mark, you just out extremed me
Whoa!
for the first time. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah!
Look at that, dude. You get a pat on the back and an attaboy. Attaboy, Mark.
Wow.
Um, it seems a touch familiar. Like if I saw it, it's been a long time. It's at 95. Wow. Where's it at? I never even
Uh,
heard of that place.
yeah, I don't know. Well, that watermark is whoever's selling it on eBay. So I was
Okay.
looking around for profit posters on eBay and I saw this. One guy does and you're right, the promo. There's so many promos. There's a couple Liefeld promos with him standing up. You see the back of them. Like there's
Oh yeah.
about
There's
three or four Panosian that are not printed.
no.
And then I saw this. I'm like, what the heck is this? So I gotta see what this is from.
This is like a commission to a friend or something. Because he's thanking like a bunch of the image people and like just I guess the inspiration for his comic stuff. He drew it, I guess, San Diego 95, but it's like not like it's just funny. Like Dan Ocean does love profit,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
the thing is that like
Is this his farewell drawing?
I think it seems like it's his farewell drawing, but that's the confusing part is that when I looked at it, it looked like someone was just doing a photocopy. It says advert. It says Prophet Comic Dan Pinocha 1995 Venom Joker Venom print magazine ad poster advert.
Yeah. That would never be an ad or a promo because it's got Marvel and DC
It's
characters
just a
on it.
photocopy. So this guy's selling a photocopy for $10.
Yeah.
Whatever. Whatever. Cool. I don't know. But yeah, I
That's
never see
awesome.
it. Boom. Out extreme Rob. Yeah. But it's interesting because he has Overlord in it. So it's Doctor Doom, Venom, Magneto, Joker, Darkseid, Hellspawn,
Yeah.
Overlord, and
That's
then
awesome.
Prophet's in there. And I can't really tell who's here on the side. It's not really.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me he did an Exiles cover one time that had a bunch of characters, but I think they were just on like want it type papers
Yeah, I just
with
wonder
Beast.
like what this is, and yeah, it seems like it's like a farewell. Hey, I'm out. You know what I mean? Like I gotta go. I'm leaving Prophet. You're supposed to do.
He's go all right, right. He was supposed to do Profit Unleashed. First, he was supposed to do Profit 3000 for Extreme 3000, and then he changed it to Profit Unleashed. And then he went back to advertising.
Which Prophet Zero technically is Prophet Unleashed Zero,
Yes,
right?
correct,
It's not Prophet Zero,
correct,
which goes back to that.
right, because it
So
takes place after number 4, his last issue.
yeah, it's tough. There was so yeah, that I got to start making a little list of like what 90s posters I want and then rotate them in somehow. I don't know. There's no,
Oh.
I mean, of course I want them, but then I'm like, I just got everything up. You know what I mean? I really don't have a lot of room. I can put
No,
more stuff.
you don't have more room. Yeah,
Not really.
your life will just be putting posters up and taking them down every couple months.
Yeah, which might be a thing. I don't know. It very well could be a thing.
When
But
I
anyway,
when I had a bigger Transformers collection, it's like I'd have them in robot form. A couple months later, I transform them all into vehicle mode. A couple months later, put them back in robot mode.
Mm.
It's all about the display.
No, that's right. I remember one time when I had my Transformers, I like basically set them up off. My mom used to make fun of me because I would set everything up for the battle, and then that would be tired, and then I wouldn't even have the battle. I would just like, all right, put them all away. Like I just had like everything
Right.
staged, and I'm like, all right, I gotta go to bed.
And that's
Um,
where you became officially anti-war. You're
that's
like,
true.
they don't need to battle. They could have a dance off.
They could be friends. What wasn't it your daughters that said that they were watching Transformers? Like, what are they fighting about? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Like,
And you're like,
here we go.
I can't really. I don't know. Actually, I'm not sure. I agree with you, but isn't it great?
Decepticon's bad. Autobot's good.
That's it.
Decepticon's bad. They're bad.
They're bad. Um, okay, so the reviews of the week. Dynamite's got the Thunderbolts Lost number two. Now I put up this cover R, because I'm so sad because I really like this artist inside. He did the that Apex one shot, which I thought was awesome,
Right.
and he gets the final order cutoff cover. Come on, man, give us guys some, at least get like a cover C or D. It's so tough, and I think they really just roll the dice on who gets what. Like I think it just kind of rotates. So for example, like this is I don't remember. I think Jay Lee was cover A on the last one. So now we have Declan Shalvey, Clayton Henry, which is good. I want to see Clayton Henry
No,
potentially
I'll take
do.
that.
I love it. That's great. Yeah, I wouldn't mind him drawing some of that. And they all seem to be really, really on
He's
model.
he's a little busy.
Uh, yeah. Well, what's he doing?
Is he doing action with Mark Wade?
No, that's
No,
Skylar
no, that's
Partridge.
yeah, yeah. He's doing something. I
He's
totally
doing
forget now.
something. Just do it.
Something.
Good.
Dude, don't you feel like the Thundercats books are getting better?
They are. They're hitting lore. This was great. This is doing something. Yeah, so we have a Bagley, Clayton Henry, Bagley, Jay Lee, wonderful. But yeah, we're getting like there's the book of can I have that book? Can I read
Right.
that? Is there a
Can you
Bible for
what
that?
is in the Book of Omens?
I don't know. Why that's yeah. So I'm not sure. I imagine that like, Ed Brisson and Declan Shalvey are talking because I feel like this stuff, you're right, is overlapping a little bit. This was the team for Apex, but that character is in mainline Thundercats, and this is
Right.
10 years ago. But yeah, they're doing this
10 years ago.
this puts so this goes into a little bit of the Chitara miniseries. So it's referencing all of it's really, really connected. I feel like we're not reviewing this week, but I think Silverhawks is doing the same thing. I think I told you I watched the first episode of Silverhawks and I was like, I have no idea what this is. And then I read the first issue of Silverhawks. I'm like, this is really bad. It's a bad intro. I read the second issue. I'm like, well, okay, hold on. I see what they're doing here. Third issue did the same thing. It was like, okay, you're really doing a good job like laying it out. Speaking of
Yes.
which,
Which is only you can only do a good job laying stuff out when you have the space and
yeah.
you have an IP. When you have an
Mhm.
IP, you have more room to do that. When Simon Furman took over Transformers for IDW, he really spaced it out.
Mhm.
The EJ Sue first miniseries.
EJ Sue. Talking about him
EJ
later.
Sue. All right.
EJ Sue. But
So
yeah,
yeah,
this feels well. That's the cool thing about this is that this was kind of a bonus team when we were kids. We learned a little bit about this other team a bit, and we're like, what is
right.
that? Can I see the adventures of that? Here they are. You know what I mean? Here
Yeah.
that's
They
that's
showed
great.
up.
Yeah.
Like the others in Lost. They just showed up. Like like Blaster on Transformers. Where'd Blaster come from? Just all of a sudden this other group's on Earth. Blaster, Perceptor, Grapple.
Two can play sick 'em.
That's right.
Um, yeah, and I think and I seem to have zero problem. Unlike when we'll get to Star Wars later, I feel like whenever they introduce a Thundercats character or villain, I'm fine. I don't know why exactly, but whenever they do it in Star Wars, I'm like, everyone I know, and then there's that thing. Maybe it's because it's cartoon to cartoon kind of, but I feel like all the designs they do for the villains and the different people, like this guy's pretty scary.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about this. But you're right. No, they are getting better. The lore of this is getting better. Something earlier, I was looking through something and it said Fire and Ice, and I looked it up and it was like the DC Fire and Ice, and I'm like, I don't want that. What happened? Didn't Dynamite have Fire and Ice and like Leonardo
They
Manco
did.
did the first issue or something?
I feel like they did, and then I just kind of forget what happened.
I don't know. It was like one or two issues. Then they had a one shot, and now it's gone. So I'm not sure if Rosetta
Well,
gets it back or something because I know that Frazetta Girls are they put out a Frazetta Free Comic Book Day comic
But
book, you
is
know,
that co-owned by is
Ralph
it just
Bakshi.
Frazetta or is it Ralph Bakshi co-own it?
Yeah, you might go.
Because
Yeah, I'm not sure.
he's an interesting dude. Still alive.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Crazy because he did the Spider-Man cartoon in the 60s. You know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. That is weird. Yeah.
He did a Kickstarter last year and I would love to go see whatever that ended up being,
Hmm.
like for a new cartoon. Don't
Hmm.
know if it succeeded or not, but I'm curious. Such a good animator.
Amazing Spider-Man 3. Um, this
You mean 967?
967, Legacy 967. I'm of two minds of this. I don't, I kind of like this because I don't think we've ever seen flashbacks to Peter. Here's the way the narrative works on this book, basically. Okay. This may or may not have happened. This is actually the way that they're doing this and him just tripping balls. He's on this like meds. He's
It's
tripping.
a
He's on
version of this
mushrooms.
happened, but you got to remember, first off, your memories of you as a kid suck.
Yeah,
That's the first problem. Second off,
correct.
you got Aunt May choking him out, hopefully not giving him an erection. Like he hopefully doesn't like it too much. That's a
Right.
memory. My parents, I had a friend Tony from Westville, which is like the other side of the tracks. And my parents didn't like him. And they're like, "Oh, you come home with an attitude." I'm like, "Do I?" Because I was a smart, good kid, just kind of walked the line.
Mm.
But Tony didn't, and they kind of felt that reflecting upon me. So it's not out of character. And once this guy's gone,
Yeah.
Peter snaps back to being introverted. In fact, maybe the loss of this friend like introverts him more because that was his one friend. Maybe.
Right, right,
I'm
right,
just saying
right.
is it's not like people are like this isn't the way Peter Parker acted. Is it? There's a
Yeah, we
30
don't
years
know.
of Jesus. There's 30 years of Jesus missing from the
There's
Bible.
Team Just. Team Just.
Team just team
Get
just
that show.
did crazy shit according to you know I don't know if it's fan stories from the Bible or
Right, right,
the
right.
lost books.
Ephesians.
Yeah
Uh yeah, man. Listen, I think this is pretty cool. I think you have your cake and eat it too. Okay, and I'm
yeah.
good. I'm good with that. Like
This is
so,
look at this page.
yeah. This is something. I mean, Pepe Larraz really kind of pushed up. I also really am a fan of like delineating. This is. I don't know if he's doing this in. I imagine some type of like Photoshop or Premiere or something. Procreate. But having this white line delineation is great. I know a lot of these guys do they'll do the art and then they'll do these screens because that's pretty easy to do in a lot of
Right,
in Procreate. So having the shades and this is kind of what Tim Sale used to do when he got
but
to a certain
we
point.
don't
He would
we don't know. Is
watercolor it.
he digital?
I think so because I feel like I've seen mock-ups or sketches in like the House of X
Okay.
stuff. But yeah, this is super super insane. I do feel bad that just Rhino's just kind of like laying there.
Yeah.
Um, I did want to mention this is Joe Caramagna. I feel like all the lettering is excellent as well. The Kathak is excellent. Great, great Kathak there, Joe. Thank you so much. Big lettering fan, Joe Caramagna, virtual calligraphy. Um, I think, and listen, and this I think I've always liked, Peter and a character. This is kind of like this felt like a little bit like Black Cat, right? You know what I
Yes.
mean? Black Cat's always like coming on to him, but
And,
it's just
and look,
once
micro
people,
bangs. She took a real risk there. They don't always work out for women.
yeah, it's if you're Heli R, it works out great, but other than that, it's pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Um, but I do like that Peter's still kind of a screw up here. You know what I mean? It's I think it's kind of neat, and I feel like all this kind of works. This scene was pretty painful. I do like
Yeah.
the scene. I think this probably could have happened to a certain level. Again, it's an unreliable narrator, but by having that extra level of him being potentially on like crazy drugs, we could take it or leave it. You
Right.
know,
Right.
it's
Ugh.
pretty.
I hated that. Standing in front of your parents while they like chastise you.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
just
And then
stuck
you just
there
wait.
like,
You got to wait
ugh,
until you're dismissed, basically.
so
Or if
bad
you're
memories.
sent away early and you feel like you should have had more yells, then you're like weirded out. You're like, get out of my sight. I'm like, oh
Yeah, get out of
man,
my
you know what I
sight.
mean? Get out of my sight's no good. That's no good.
Ugh.
I'm still not,
I don't think I've ever said that to my daughters.
yeah, I'm still not loving. I can't get over the Norman thing of him just kind of hanging out with them. I understand. I know you've explained it a bunch of times, but
Yeah,
I
there's a
am not.
there's a hate love line that like it's so weird, and it's a real thing. It's a real thing. You can hate someone and then love them very soon after. It's very strange.
Uh,
Because even if you share something with someone and you're on two opposite sides of what happened, you still share something. Don't
yeah,
get me wrong. You know, it's I'm not in those shoes. And I don't. You know,
yeah.
it's
It's
fine.
reminding me of Batman '89 because they're drinking all the cans of soda which has Smilex in it, basically.
Oh
Smilex.
yeah,
So yeah, I don't know.
love that Joker.
It's playing with a lot of stuff. Um, who
All right,
is this? This is like
it's
it's like Azrael Hobgoblin.
no, he had that stuff during Ramos's run.
That I don't know.
It's the white hair guy.
Crazy
Was it
looking.
Roger Kingsley?
Yeah, I guess so.
Did I just pull
Yeah,
that name out of my butt?
I think you're right.
I think I'm right.
Roderick,
Maybe
Kingsley.
Roderick Kingsley, but
Yeah,
Roger Stern wrote it. Just saying, that's probably what I did
somewhat.
there.
We're in there in the mix, but yeah, I feel like this stuff here. I feel like he's doing potentially this stuff himself, not the
What's the name's dead,
colorist.
right? Phil York,
Yes, yeah.
because
Yeah,
he
there's
became a Hobgoblin.
the whole saga of the Hobgoblin's really wacky. It's all bad editors. It's all bad editorial shit. Everyone was doing their own Hobgoblin story,
Yeah,
their way.
everyone like I don't think Ned Leeds was ever intended to be Hobgoblin,
No, no.
but they did it, and then everyone's like, "Really, Ned Leeds? All right, if you say so."
Yeah,
I
no good. I
it's a great last page though. Like I was like, I
oh
want to see what
yeah.
happens now.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm excited. I guess what's gonna hurt is once it goes just to regular JRJR, we're gonna be like, oof. Like, like I feel like JRJR should be doing backups in this. Like I feel like if we do this, let's do a
He's
15-7 or something.
I hate to sound like a jerk. There was a panel of the I think the backup he did in issue one. It's like got a woman, full grown woman sitting on a couch, and she looked like she was five. I'm like, this is bad. He's
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
something's up with that. He's that's not the first time he's done that
No,
lately.
no. Yeah. I
But
mean, that's what he's always had. Even when he had kids with either the kids either look too old or, that goes back to Daredevil. That goes back forever. So
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like there should be like, what's RB
but you
Silva
know what?
doing?
But keep drawing. Don't ever stop. Like I'm never saying I would never
Yeah,
shame
I
an artist to
mean,
not draw anymore.
right, right. I mean,
Even John Byrne at his worst, I'm like, no, John, keep drawing. Nelson cleaned up John Byrne a lot on his Action Comics run with
oh
Gail
yeah, that's
Simone.
fun. I think that would be good to have someone like a Jansen or a or Nelson. Yeah, Nelson was pretty interesting. That was an interesting run because that was Gail Simone, John Byrne.
Yeah, right, right.
Hmm. Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that, but that's right. And John Byrne back then, if you remember when he was doing Spider-Man, he was like, I want to be like new people reading me and be like, who's this young whippersnapper, John Byrne? And I'm like, I don't think I was thinking
He,
that.
he I forget who inked him on Amazing. I think we had a discussion. I don't think we because he didn't ink himself on Amazing, right? He inked
No,
chapter one.
Scott Hanna, I
Was it
believe.
Scott Hanna? Scott Hanna
Yeah,
did a good job on him. Like there was parts of Amazing that looked really good.
yeah,
But then
yeah.
John Byrne wasn't good at like redesigning Scorpion. I remember like Scorpion coming in, I'm
Oof.
like,
Yeah,
ugh,
yeah, yeah,
this is
yeah.
bad. Or Electro. I don't like his Electro redesign.
No,
Like
no,
when
no.
McFarlane came in, he just touched up Scorpion. He made him look McFarlane cool and added like a ankylosaurus tail to it, which looked fine. You know, put shoulders. He should put shoulder pads on Rhino.
Mhm.
Okay, it's the 90s. You know,
The
we never got to see
90s.
McFarlane draw Electro though.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
boot of that.
weird.
We got Larson now. Larson did a good job.
Yeah, what if we had 10 more issues and everything ships
I
at 10 more issues out?
I've literally thought about that
Yeah,
because we
yeah,
would
yeah.
have got McFarlane Punisher, the return of McFarlane Venom, and then we would have got McFarlane Sinister Six.
Right,
Yes,
right, right.
please.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
interesting. In an alternate universe, if we had that, that's interesting.
I
So I still okay. So JSA 7. This is the technically the funeral for Ted Knight. Not that I believe this. Um, I
right,
guess
but he
this
writes it.
incarnation is right.
Could be.
I guess this level is because basically the way that it ends. This just was kind of fun because this just reminded me of I guess Crisis, right? Because this is that's Yolanda. That's from Wildcat 2.
That's right. That's from Infinity Incorporated.
Yeah. So they are still doing a lot of the legacy stuff. I don't remember Power Girl and them being anything. Is that newish or I don't know.
That could be. Was
Yeah.
she in the JSA classified that Jeff Johnson and Amanda Conner did?
Oh. Yeah, wasn't there JSA All Stars 2 with
Oh,
Freddie E. Williams?
the Freddie Williams, Matt
Yeah.
Matt Sturgis,
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
right?
So maybe even Lemire's pulling all that stuff because that could be. I feel like there was a period of
Anyway, didn't
time
Jeff
where
Lemire help co-write that at the end or something?
I think so. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's why. And then there was JL United, which was like the Canadian Justice League sort of.
Right.
Um, so yeah, I feel like you pull those people in, pull Frankenstein in here, put Frankenstein in here for just because because he has a bit of the Frankenstein in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, this was a really good. I thought this was actually really fun uh, because the elder statesman basically is Alan Scott, Jay Garrick, and then the Trinity come in, and then Batman's like basically Alan Scott's like, all right, we're good, you guys can go, and actually Obsidian here is kind of like my argument to this that everyone's Justice League, everyone.
Yeah.
It's a little too open to the point where there's like a traitor in the midst, right? Because it's right under your nose, it's right there, but your doors are open, technically. So I do like that, Alan
Think,
Scott's trying to dismiss Batman, and Batman's like, oh, we'll handle our own business. We always have. He's like, no, you haven't. And then Batman's kind of just a dick, which is
yeah.
great, which is correct, and Batman should be a dick. I also really like the design of this is I like this mask. I think that I don't know, this works for me for some reason. That bigger domino mask is really cool looking. I don't know.
I think it works, especially for a 40s character. It works for him. He's got a gaudy ass costume, purple and green and red.
I love it.
It's like Joseph and his amazing coat of colors.
The
Only it's a
Technicolor
whole
Dreamcoat.
costume. That's right, Technicolor Dreamcoat.
I still don't know anything about this Kid Eternity, but I love it. That's great. I want that. I want more of that. And then boom, here we go. We got him back. We got these guys back. Got Wesley Dodds, baby.
I know.
Wesley Dodds. So I feel
Leslie
like this
Doggs,
is
Rex Tyler, Charles
you could
McNider.
just yeah, this is perfect. Like
We
I
love it.
can't wait for this. So this is listen, this has been a pretty fun book. This has been a pretty fun book
It's
so far.
it's Lemire's dream book, I think. Like this is the book he wants to do the most at DC.
Yeah, well.
So this is finally his opportunity. Mark Waid gets to write Superman. Lemire gets to write JSA.
Yeah,
I
and
love it.
Lemire's messing around with the Absolute Flash, and I think that's probably going to build to be a really, really good
That's a
story. So,
yeah, that's a great.
Werewolf by Night, baby. Actually, not exactly, but I thought this was a bit of a surprise. I'm not sure if I'm still sold on Jesus Marino as an artist because, again, he touched so much of Pacheco
Right.
before he passed.
Mhm.
So I still feel like there is a bit of Pacheco like holding in it. However, who colored this actually? Do. KJ Diaz,
Did
I'm not
he?
sure. KJ Diaz, I don't know. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed this. This essentially is that, like a what if basically Hollywood was run by monsters, essentially.
It is.
And I guess this is just the design, right? This is just the Wolfman design, which,
Looks it.
yeah, I mean, Werewolf by Night technically has that exact design too, which is the Universal Monsters design. Yeah, I don't know. I had fun with it. This had all the tropes. Here you have your double spread splash, tons of Easter eggs in here. You could really kind of bowl through some of this. My favorite one, I think, is on the next page, or coming up here. But yeah, you got your private eye. You have all the tropes. Give me
Yes.
all the tropes, please. I'll take it. But I love this here. I love the Bigfoot just walking in the
Yes. In,
background
in in that position.
in the exact position.
Yeah. Of the
That
the
just
the
kind of
Patterson
cracked me
film.
up. Yeah, I don't know. I thought this was a lot,
It's very top 10
yeah, yeah,
ish,
yeah. Yeah.
which I'm fine with because guess what? We don't have a top 10. When
Yeah, I
I say
haven't
it's very
seen
much like another comic, I hope nobody ever takes that as an insult. It means I want that comic back. Like
right.
this is, whether intentional or not, that to me, I'm honoring you by saying, oh, it
Now
reminds me of top 10.
top 10 was what, 12 issues?
12 issues, then a Smacks miniseries, and then a 6-issue series that Ordway drew,
Yeah,
which wasn't
but
that
he didn't
great.
write that.
No, it was
Or
S. Simon or Simone. It's like a science fiction writer.
Hmm.
And then you got 6 issues out of well, who laid it out?
Xander Cannon.
Xander Cannon. He wrote a 6 issue miniseries that was supposed to be 12, and then DC like decided to not finish it. They're like, oh, we need Gene Ha to draw more profitable books.
Right,
Oh, and
right,
we
right.
got the 40 and we got the 49ers hardcover, which is pretty fantastic. It's all
That, yeah, that's fun. That's what I was thinking. I remember that being. I remember sitting down and reading that. I remember like I'm like, all right, here we go. I feel like the
yeah.
two books that I remember reading like that was, and I guess they came out kind of close to one another, if I'm not mistaken, was JLA Earth 2. I remember sitting
Ooh.
down like I'm gonna sit down and read this. I
Yeah.
know this is special. Let's go. And also I think that the Pacheco, funny, we're in Pacheco, I believe Marino touched that one too. Ink
Oh,
that
the
one.
the
The
the Jeff Johns JLA JSA
Yeah, yeah.
first is that their first crossover of modern post-crisis?
Yeah, they did a hardcover on it, and it's funny. I guess that would be continuity to. I'm not sure. I guess it, but
It's all continuity, Mark.
it's all hyper time, baby, hyper time. So I haven't read. Did you read Patra, the first James Robinson mini that he did over here to Dark Horse?
I feel like I did because I
Yeah,
usually read James Robinson.
no Scott Collins.
Then yes, I did. I did read that.
Oh, read that. I haven't checked that out.
Now I like Scott
Uh,
Collins a lot.
Now what's funny about this? So Marvel's rebooting Star Wars again. They go through their cycles. They usually hit about 50, and then they cancel it and restart it. This is going to be a post Jedi. Recently, there was some podcast I was listening to, and they were talking about the reason that the Star Wars movies, merchandising wise, failed is because no one got different costumes.
I heard that.
And that is correct. So I love this right off the bat by
That is
having,
an additional reason to why.
yeah, yeah, well, yeah. But I love that the Hans got the white. I read the Free Comic Book Day actually right before this, which goes right into this. Doesn't really do a whole lot. And I don't want to be too negative here. However,
Hmm.
who's reading this book? Let me ask you a question. What
Uh,
percentage of the male to female is
40
reading
to
this book?
70-year-olds.
47-year-old what? Women?
Nope. You're
No,
gonna have
no
to
way.
correct you there, Mark. It is not women.
Correct.
It is
So
it is us. It is
they're
it's
just
Gen
setting up
Xers. It's straight up Gen
so
Xers are
many
reading this book.
characters. Yeah, but they're setting up so many female I don't care about this non-Luke person. I don't
Well,
care about,
it's a good thing. It's a good thing you didn't
well,
care
that
about
one,
her.
yeah, but I feel like they have another character that I know is going to be one of the mainish characters.
I like that
Um,
Mon Mothma looks a little bit like the chick playing her on a
Andor. Yeah, they're doing a little
Andor.
bit
Yeah,
of a. It's kind of a cool. They're doing like an amalgamation of that, an amalgamation,
you love it.
amalgamation. Oh my cats want to be on the show. Oh my
Mhm.
cats.
We
Um,
I wanted this book to be better. I'm sorry. Listen, this book is super important. This is the most important Star Wars book that Marvel needed to do, which is
yes,
the post Jedi universe. And I think it kind of went in too negative. It's too negative. Like there needed to be more positive. The ending of Jedi is so freaking happy. Exceptions of Darth Vader dying. We're sad about Darth Vader dying by that point.
right.
Like I don't know. I just feel like the way Jason Aaron came in and did post New Hope, it's like so good. It's so smart.
Mhm.
It hits all the beats. You like all the characters. It's the next level. And when who did post Empire? Was it Soul or
Soul,
Pack? Soul Pack?
soul pack.
Um, he did a pretty good job, even though he stuck with the worst times. You don't want to tell a story. Like it's really hard to tell good stories between those two movies
Yeah,
because it's like such a downer ending.
Steyr. Yeah,
And yeah, you know what I mean?
yeah.
But yeah,
I
but
have
it's a
fond
good thing to build
memories
up
of.
to.
Yeah, I have fond memories. Actually, the last Soul did the last Vader series. Is that right? The Legacy. Like, I feel like that was pretty good
Is
too.
that the post Empire Vader series? I enjoyed the post Revenge of the Sith Vader series because that's just him being the worst piece of shit he could be. That's a
Whichever
great series.
one, I don't know. I feel like I've read all of them. But whichever one he had flashbacks and like Padme's in it,
Oh yeah, that
or
was the last one. That was post Empire,
yeah, and then basically like and
and
then
he
one of
and he
the
meets up with
handmaidens
her.
came,
Yes,
the bodyguard or whatever.
yeah, the bodyguard.
Great.
That was good.
That was difficult. Yeah, there was a lot of difficult. Darth Vader as a character has done. He's had hands down like the best group of series. He's had three different series, I think, two or three different series plus a mini right now, which I think is more of a Kylo Ren. But see,
Yeah,
I don't care about this. But you're right that they're like immediately like, oh well, that's the Empire's gone. Well, here's some other corporate bullshit.
yeah.
Here's another character, and this character to me looks too much like the chick in Andor. So don't do that either. The dour chick in Andor. Don't do that. There's just so many, and the storytelling here. This actually reminded me of the Star Wars Disney show, uh, with Obi-Wan, right? Because this is just open desert, right?
Yeah.
Where the fuck is Han coming from? That he's this it's surprise. Like
Surprise.
it's
He was
not
behind those
he's not
rocks.
where no, he wasn't. Like there's the rocks are far away. Like I'm saying like and this guy, dude, listen, I like this Cable guy anyway. Cable guy, like I know it's not Cable. I don't
Right.
care, but I feel like Cable is a influenced by this macho guy, right? Kind of. It's been talked
Whether
about.
intentional or not. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure it's
but
yeah.
this was a Simonson creation in it was a bounty hunter in Star Wars, and they've also done that last. I never finished that, but Ethan Sachs did that bounty hunter series, which was pretty good if I remember. I kind of fell off of it at one point. I think when they kept doing a bunch of crossovers, it's kind of got lost. Um, but I should go back and read that. So putting him in as a main character, I think is pretty fun. But this, I think, is like, where's the element of surprise? Like, I can't really tell the geography of where everyone is. But yeah, where did he come from?
Yeah, yeah, you're right. The way the laser hits it looked like a lightsaber at first.
We're too
Like,
close to these guys. You know what I mean? Like if you zoom out, and now we're really close to these guys. And how close are they? And if this guy's got like guns in his hands, why is he like waiting around to be bailed out by Han? You got two guns
you got two guns,
right
dude.
there.
I only had one more gun.
Two
You had
guns.
you had surprise on your side.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
And then they help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, blah, 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 blah. So we'll see. Tantive 4. Tantive 4. Um, this is frightening. You probably love this. Did you
I
love
did.
this? Okay.
I love new iterations of Brainiac in this world. Like I love that Jeff Johns brought all the Brainiacs together into the scariest Brainiac ever.
Mhm.
That was great when he did that in Superman with Gary Frank. Alternate universe, yeah, give me this Brainiac. It's scary because he sucks, and then he does it
He's
all.
horrible.
Like
Yeah,
he's horrible. Yeah,
he's
this was great.
horrible. Um, and have this as the B artist. Just do. I mean, I've been a big fan of Carmen DiGomenico forever. Carmen DiGomenico did. Um, the first thing I remember him doing was battling Jack Murdoch. Do you remember that? It was a mini
That's
series.
the Zeb Wells.
Yeah, yeah,
That was good. I
that
like
was
Zeb.
really
Zeb
good
Wells is usually good.
when he's doing minis. Yeah, when because he did the Doctor Octopus
Or when
one
he's
with
doing
Kurt Andrews.
Heidi Gardner.
No shit, it's over.
Not anymore. No mas.
It's over, Johnny. It's over.
Good for him while it lasted though.
Is that was that isn't that the guy who killed his wife's legs? The runner. That's the first thing I thought of. I'm like, oh, he's gonna kill his wife. So,
Oh
I'm
geez,
talking
yeah.
about
I know what
the
you're talking about.
guy with the blade legs, killed his wife. No problem.
No problem.
Uh, yeah, but I just think that like his art and also he did, you know what he did that this reminded me of? It was FF 600. I know that because I just bought it again. He did remember Johnny died, and then the first
Who?
appearance of Johnny Storm died
Yeah,
in
yeah, I
Fantastic
know.
Four. But I know we talk real fast, so it's like, yeah, you should slow us down. You should slow me down, or I should slow you down. But the issue of 600 shows where he went and how he like raised an army against Annihilus,
Yes.
and it
And
was
he
awesome.
kept dying, right? And they kept bringing him back to life.
Yeah, dude, it was
Horrifying.
so good that was such a good that's where I feel like they should mess around a bit with like Johnny in the darkness with that. And it's just not touched. They just move on. Family again. Like it's just like they don't have these ramifications over and over again. I feel like they did, like meaning stuff that happened in the Kirby run went into the Mensch run, went into the Burn run, went into the like I feel like things just kind of kept moving. And then at a certain point after once it goes to Heroes Reborn, like nothing is
Two
thought about.
two things did that pretty well. Let me extend the length of this podcast. The the clone conspiracy, the Dan Slott, Jim Chung
Mhm.
return of Ben Riley, that was happening to him. They clone him, bring him back to life, and then they'd kill him. And they killed him a different way. So they just kept killing him, but he remembered coming back to life each time
Mhm.
because they're
Right.
cloning the dead body. and that made him go insane. Um,
Mm.
the loss of a good Ben Riley character, but it's a cool story. Plus, Jimmy Chung drew it. But the worst of that is, did you watch the first Old Guard Netflix movie?
No, it's funny that sequel's coming out soon. I read the comic, but I never watched the movie. I think the movie
You,
did pretty well for Netflix, and
it
they
did.
greenlit a second one, and then it's like 12 years later,
Well,
like it's a long time later.
all the characters are immortal. They get killed, they come back to life. Well, this one character gets killed, dropped into the ocean. So they come back to life, but they instantly drown again. Come back to life, instantly drown again. And they're that way for like 500 years. Come back to life, drown. And I'm just like, wow, that's the most torturous thing I can think of. It's a great scene. I like
Hmm.
the old guard. It was pretty good. So we'll see if the sequel's good. I mean, I like the comic.
Yeah, it's so weird, like the way that movies are done now. Like that the sequels can just come out forever later. Like The Accountant was like an average success, but then The Accountant 2 comes out and does pretty well. And now everyone's watching The Accountant 1. You know what I
Well,
mean? Like,
yeah, that's exactly it. They see the numbers rise on streamers, like, oh, people like the account. Maybe we could get a sequel out of it. They do the sequel, it does good, and then the numbers on the account one go up too because people want to rewatch it or watch it for the first time.
yeah.
Sometimes that math works. So this page, it reminds me a little of like a little bit of Giuseppe Camicoli,
Oh yeah.
like a
Yeah.
little bit of that there. The panel to the right really reminds you of like Stephen Platt, Prophet fighting a bunch of warriors, like just that. Not
Splat,
the style,
splat.
but the level of detail is like
Mhm.
splat level.
Yeah, this is up and down, like really intense.
Yeah, it's
So,
great.
but I like having just a single, villain. I feel like this is Jason Aaron's strong suit too, because I feel like he did this in Wolverine quite a bit. Like he would have a lot of different things in Wolverine where he would have a lot of side stuff go on, and then it affected the main one.
Believe it or not, there's similarities in this whole Brainiac sub story and this past season of Harley Quinn because it dealt a lot with Metropolis and Superman and Brainiac.
Hmm,
Not style or anything, just like there's a similarity of theme.
that's interesting. I haven't watched. I watched like one episode of that. So, oh, here's the Dan Panosian number one variant because he did a variant here.
Yeah,
We love him. We love you, Dan. Pretty
we
bulked
do.
up here. He almost like he has
Good.
like tiger, like tiger. What are you doing, bud?
He's
Yeah,
injecting tiger blood.
leopard, tiger blood. Free Planet number one. Uh, First thing I'll say, there's way too much. There's so much plot. This reminded me of the sort of crisis events where sort of crisis events was like 150 ideas in one. This is like worse. This is every single one of these is like its own. This is like an entire universe, right? This is like the impact line, right? It's impact.
This is
Okay.
this is a horrible way to introduce your team of superheroes. It's a bad way to introduce the whole universe.
Yeah.
This is my dumbstruck book of the week. Not that I don't think it could be good, but this first issue I don't feel wasn't. This is just my opinion. Uh, like
If you take it apart, like if you take it, if you
there's
say,
awesome ideas. The art's good. There's neat things here, neat things there.
yeah,
But
I just want
you
to hang
gotta,
out with this guy. I just want this guy's series. That's it.
yeah. This guy's like Grifter Backlash slash Cardiac from Larson Spider-Man run. I'll take that.
Yeah. It's and he's Beastmaster because he's like talking
And
all his
he's
plans.
Beastmaster. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
exactly. So like to me, it's like okay, yeah, you look like Cardiac. You look like you know what I mean.
Sure.
You're camoed up. Like I love it. Like this design right off. I'm like, oh yeah, great.
Well, that they should have made a book about him and then introduce the rest of the team around him and then introduce the rest of the world around him. That's what I was going to get to.
Yeah, yeah.
It's better to tell a book from the eyes of a character. So do you know how many people got into X-Men through Kitty Pryde joining the team or
Hmm.
Jubilee joining the team on the cartoon? There's a reason that formula works.
Yeah. That's your surrogate character, and then you're in and then seeing
Hmm.
things, you know. But this was almost like a war journal down here. It was Punisher War Journal.
Right. And I was
I
excited about this book.
yeah,
Like I,
yeah.
and other people like love it, or at
And
least
then
they
you're giving
promoted
me a
it.
map, right? You're going to give me
I love it. Give me
and
the
I
map.
love maps, and but it's I mean, shit, we get so many maps from Conan and Call and everything, Lord of the Rings, like and
No,
just all of it.
early Prophet, early Brandon Graham Prophet was like, here's the stuff I have in my
Oh
pouch.
yeah.
Here's the map. Here's the Badlands. Look at Commandy. We love. Maps. Oh,
Commandee.
Command D.
Commandee. It's like,
I'll give the
ugh,
artist credit too. I like him.
this guy's
I'm not.
great. Yeah, he's great. He did this did Doherty, and he did Savage Hearts, which was really good too. That was actually pretty good. It's the same exact color. I love this colorist too. This colorist is excellent. So it feels like
Yeah.
that. But I mean, like right here at the end, okay, so we're gonna have the comedian with Cyclops visor get killed here. Okay. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it's like he's got like a Tan T4 outside. He's got a Michael Freight Tan T4 right there. It just there's just way too much going on.
Mhm.
Oh, I do like that. I wear my socks and sandals like that.
Yeah.
It's so
Sandals and
cool.
socks. Sandals and socks. Rocking the Crocs.
So cool. And then at this point, I'm just like gonna fall asleep. You're gonna give me like a full text heavy short story. And listen, I it could have
Mhm.
been I was, I'm a moody guy. But then I see this, I'm like, yeah, I want to read all this. I
Yeah.
want to read all this. But yeah, I don't know if this should have been multiple books or I think you're right. I think if we had give me the grifter, give
Mhm.
me the grifter cardiac guy first. And then I might like some of the other ones. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how you do this exactly. There's just a lot of characters. How many characters was that?
But
Let me go back
but
real
it's a
fast.
lesson that I take to my own book. Like you can introduce a team. Like Liefeld does a good job. It's always gonna go back to Liefeld. Here's the team, but let me focus on Die Hard for a couple issues, a couple pages. Like he wasn't busy trying to like it's important to world build, but you got to do it. See, we enjoy world building when we're already familiar with the property. We're familiar with
Right.
Transformers. Give me some Cybertron history. We're familiar with Game of Thrones. Give me the first people. Harry Potter. How about the class before? Like we like that stuff once we're in. But like to give us everything, the world, the characters, the motivations, the politics, the it's a lot, and it makes you not care. And I did
Yeah.
not want to not care about this book,
No, I
which means you
want.
really got to be
Yeah.
in the right mood to read it. You have to be in the right mood, maybe a cup of coffee next to you, sitting on laying back on the couch or you know
Yeah, but this is
at your
why
reading
like
desk.
this is why like Void Rivals like it's hard for me to do that because
But they did start off slow and gave you two characters and
right, right. I
but go
just
on. I'm sorry.
yeah, I need to just kind of plow through that. I know I'll get to it and I know I'll be fine with it. I just
Yeah, yeah.
it's.
Listen, I can't remember the characters' names, and I've read every issue.
But see
There's a
this
boy and a girl, and I can't remember their names.
yeah, but like this is a prime example is I feel like this is a lot of the image books. A lot of the image books are like this. Like I thought Bitterroot was like just like a southern drama. What
So did
what are we
I.
doing here? Like is
I don't
this
know.
I
It's
don't
it's
and
hilarious if this is real.
I think it is. I saw some other preview art for it. I'm just like, wait a second, like are these the same characters? Is this the same book? Like I don't understand, you know? So then you look at this, I'm like, okay, and that's pretty cool that are doing a compendium for that too. But I feel like a lot of this feels the same-ish, a lot of conclave of that. Did you read this? I think I read the first couple issues of this. I never finished it
I
though.
I think I glanced the whole series because I was like, just felt like another BPRD, another Perhaps another
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Section Zero.
yeah.
You know,
Because
and
you
and
got Bigfoot as the Hellboy, private investigator. I
right,
got it.
but
I get the
also
idea.
there's a literal Bigfoot in Perhaps.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
And I'm not saying either one ripped each other off. I'm just saying it's like I wasn't in the right mood to read it. But like, if I see the compendium cheap, yeah, I'll buy it. I'll buy it.
Yeah, the compendiums are tricky because I feel like they're like $60, and then but you're right if there's a half off, there's some type of sale, they're kind of fun. They're kind of fun. So like that they're doing, I think two same at Mystery Theaters, but I would want to feel the paper on that. I want to see what that paper's like because I have a complete set. I have my original set of Sam at Mystery Theater.
Would you sell your originals once you get the hardcover, or do you prefer to have your originals
Now I want that
unbacked?
because
Listen, guys, Mark doesn't back and forth his comics. He's a crazy person. He just has accesses to them like a
it's a
lunatic.
store up here, man. It's like
If
a like that
if
cabinet I got last week was insane. That cabinet, I
he
trash picked this cabinet. I took it apart. I put the one cabinet drawer on top, so it's literally you can stand. It's like literally a bin in the middle of this room. It's like this is the comic book
he
store in here,
that's
man.
the benefits of not being married. You just have
Yeah,
a
forget
comic
it.
book bin in the middle of your living room,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's right.
Here's some Transformers in my kitchen. Like
Correct.
you could
That's
just
right.
do it. Just do it. And who cares? Who cares? And your
I
girl,
love
guess
it.
what? Your girlfriend comes over, she doesn't care because it's not her house.
She said that
She's like,
we'll
whatever, dude.
never live together. You have your house, I'll have my house. You're never putting an Optimus Prime. I look at Optimus Prime every day while I do my dishes. I'm like, hey, I have three Optimus Primes. I have my childhood Optimus Prime, which I'm missing one hand, and I refuse to get another hand, just one hand.
You know,
It's the metal.
you should go get like a little plastic axe.
Oh yeah, yeah. Did I? You know what? They probably did. They probably made that. They
Oh
probably
no, they have them for real. You
someone
can probably
probably
just
made like a 3D printed one. That's a good idea.
probably
I wouldn't mind it. Then I have the Headmaster. I feel like that's the fake one.
Power Master.
Yeah, the Power Master one where it's like it turns around so he looks cartoon accurate. So weird. You know what I mean? Like you turn them around and then so I have that there and then I
Yeah,
have the
yeah,
masterpiece one. I have one of the masterpiece ones,
they're great.
which is great, which
They've
is good.
made 10 of them.
Yeah, they keep changing it. They keep changing them. So this is the hidden gem variant. I don't like these two logos together. I feel like if you're going to take the Marvel Fanfare logo, then you change the Fantastic Four logo to that. You already have fan right there. You already have You already have most of the letters are right there.
Fanfare Tastic Four.
Fan four stick,
Mm.
fanfare four stick, four
I don't
stick
I don't
fanfare.
I don't like the recoloring of the Invisible Girl effect over them. Looks a little too new.
Bad. Yeah,
I know it's a hidden gem, but like I don't know.
keep it hidden. Yeah,
Listen, man.
this was a bad one. I even think this cover is kind of bad too. I like Mateo Scalera. I just completely disagree, except for the next issue, which we'll talk about. I just disagree not having one of the artists on the cover. Give me a Alan Davis cover, please. Okay. And this was kind of a mixed bag for me too. It was three stories in order for me. Alan Davis killed it. Mark Waid second, and then the third one is just too newish for me. I'm too old. Um, I did like this concept of him being on. This felt very Silver Age. You're going to put the
Yeah.
thing on trial for doing property damage. Kind of fun. But then I did like this. The only thing that was confusing, and I just can't buy into, I just can't deal with a nihilist. Like they're using a nihilist this way. You know why? Because to me, a nihilist is a friggin' like annihilation. He's just this
Uh,
crazy murderer.
is it really a nihilist or Johnny Storm dressed up like a nihilist to scare him?
I guess I'm not sure.
Because
Yeah, I
look at the
guess it.
patch on the back of it, and it's all cheaply made. Like it's all sewn
Yeah,
together, and
it's not too cheaply made. It looks pretty good. You know what I mean? So
he's got a
it's
patch on the back. Like it's
yeah.
sewn together.
I
Mark, you
I
misread
don't
that.
know. I probably
See,
did.
it's all practical jokes, Mark. You
I get
understand?
it.
All three are practical jokes on the thing.
I don't know. I don't
That's
want.
fine. There you go.
I just have difficulty.
No prize for Messick.
I have difficulty with any nihilist. This is the new Alan Davis. This is the new old Alan Davis, I should say. Alan Davis used to ink himself on Captain Britain. I have a
Right?
gigantic Alan Davis collection. I like gigantic, like pretty. I would say I have 70, 80. I don't know. A lot. No, more than that, because I have like an Excalibur run. I have his Return to Excalibur. I got Batman and the Outsiders. I got, Batman. I don't know. I have a ton. A lot
No,
of X-Men,
I went through an
X-Men
Alan Davis
Annual.
phase and bought everything he ever did, pretty much. Because such a solid artist.
I liked his reboot. He did the Heroes Return
Fantastic Four.
three issues,
Right, with
which
Scott Lobdell.
yeah, it's a
Loeb to
bummer.
his
But
friends.
then it changed. Then it went to
I'll never understand that because Lobdell, we read interviews with him. And he's like, yeah, I'm excited about this. I want to see the Reed Johnny friendship. Like, what's up? What's their deal? Like that was interesting to me. And then Claremont came in and it was fine. It was a
issue
little
four
dull at first.
right
Issue
away. Came
four.
right in. Right.
And he brought Salvador LaRocca with him, which is fine. I like Salvador LaRocca.
Hmm.
He brought Art T-Bear to inks. Art T-Bear is my favorite LaRocca and Pacheco inker. Liquid continued to color it. And they did a story where the person who trained him to be Doctor Doom is in like one of the first storylines. And I'm
Hmm.
like, that story's been copied by Mark Miller and it's been copied by
Right.
somebody else did it too. Like, how many people trained Doctor Doom to be Doctor Doom?
Yeah, just that retro of this. I'm good.
But
But
it's cool looking though. Like,
yeah, when I think of the family dynamic, I feel like the Alan Davis is just like This was just the best. And Alan Davis. I really wish that Paul Levitz would team up with him again. That Avengers mini that came out
Yeah,
last year or the year before, the first issue I had trouble with, and I think you said to me, you're like, I was like, this is out of character for the Wasp, and you were like, no, it's not, like at all.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
correct because she was just like kind of flirting with everyone. And then I was like, oh, that's right. Those early Avengers books were really terrible. So Paul Levitz wrote it just like that.
Yes,
But Alan Davis, he lost his inker. I mean, he had Paul Neary forever,
you're
and then he
right.
went to Mark Farmer.
Uh-huh.
I think that's it. I don't think he's had a different inker besides that. And then now he's just started doing
I
his own
think I think
inks.
Townsend inked him on some Uncanny X-Men, but like, good luck getting Townsend to
Oof.
do. No, it didn't look bad. Townsend could do. He could. It's Townsend before he became Chris Bichello's, only
Yeah.
guy.
I guess
Well,
I
one of
never
his.
understood the Chris Bachalo's inking situation. Because remember, it's like four people.
Right.
It's like
It's a,
him, Alvey. Like who's
him,
doing what?
Alvey. Yeah, don't know.
It's so weird. How do you split up those page rates? Uh, yeah. I don't just like I just think that's. I wish his run was longer. So this just made me upset. So you're right. This reminded me of like what did we lose there? Why didn't we have 20, 30 issues of Lobdell Allen Davis?
Yeah.
So that made me sad.
You know what?
Uh,
If we ever see him, write that question down for. We should just have a log of questions, dude, for like anyone we decide to interview. We're like been holding off. We will interview people. We keep saying it every couple weeks.
yeah.
We have contacts. We have friends. It's like we just feel like I want to get this show to be as good as it can be
Yeah,
before we do that.
to get loose. I feel like this has been a trope like of late. They did this a little bit in like Ted Lasso where one of the characters goes on like this like Love Island type of thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I don't want this. This is just rough. I don't know who Andrew
Is it?
Wheeler is. I don't care. You know. And Pacelli did, you know what? I didn't like Pacelli's run. She did the run with uh Slot, right? I didn't like her thing. I don't like it here either. Get out of here. Get out of here. Uh, yeah, and I mean, I guess they're all hanging out. That's kind of funny, but I hate that thing. I hate that thing.
A little goofy.
I hate it. No good. But there we go. There's my boy, Claudio Castellini. So I bitched about this cover,
Now
the
this was
first
a po
cover. Why
was
wasn't
this a
this cover
poster?
number one? No, that's brand new.
Is it brand new?
That's brand new. Yeah, that is brand new Claudio Castellini. Yeah. But Claudio Castellini did Fantasy Four Unlimited two up. Just did the covers for the majority of that book, and then I have a
Yes.
Cosmic Powers Unlimited. I have almost
Mhm.
a complete Claudio Castellini like collection because he's only done like 10 comic
We
books.
we complained
Oh,
that the logo covered up Johnny Storm's 4.
I see. Yep.
That's why it was hitting me. He did do. He used to have an awesome poster of the Thing fighting the Hulk. I forget who colored it. Very That's a great poster. You have that, or you've ever seen it?
No, Chris Soto Mentor probably Soto.
Probably.
Chris Soto, Captain Planet of the Planeteers. Um,
Now, my admission to this is I never watched a cartoon. It was
I
just
watched one or two.
beyond my time.
It's right past our time.
It's right
Correct.
past our time. But I might have seen it in passing. I understood it. When they did
Yeah.
the Don Cheadle Funny or Die style film, I got it. I understood what it was. Maybe I'd probably seen the intro once or twice because I love cartoon intros, especially in the 80s and 90s.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I
But
get it.
yeah, so I got this. I might need, again, I think that I might need another issue or two to kind of sink into this. This, of
Right.
course, felt very like, Power Rangery, and that's kind of what the show was.
Yes.
Um, yeah, it's funny. I thought I did do some extra pages of it. I guess I didn't, or they didn't upload right. Correct. I don't know.
Now, are we gonna find out, like, is this like in continuity with the show? Like, where's the original kids at? Are they adults? Has it been too
Oh, I
long?
think so. Yeah, I mean, from what I understand, I think I've told you to watch Pop Culture Philosophers, another YouTube channel, and Rock and Robbie Live. He does the weekly comic reviews, and really cool guy. But he knows and has been sponsored a few times by Nick by Dynamite, and I think he knows he's
It's
friendly.
just Nick to you.
Yeah, just to me, right? So that's yeah, Nick Brucci. So, but but Robbie said on his show that he knows Dave Pepose pretty well. That they're either in town or at his store a lot, because he's a store owner, and knows that he's a big Captain, Captain Planet
Oh,
guy.
good. Good for him.
So, so what he did was he literally told Nick, he's like, "Hey, if you ever get that license, just call David Pepose and do it." And then that just happened.
Well, Dan Moore is a big Power Rangers guy, right? Is that like his thing?
Yeah. Yep.
So like it's great when that stuff lines up. Don Figueroa drawing Transformers, he's a huge Transformer guy. Like
Yeah, we need Don Figueroa back, please,
we do.
please,
Because
please, please.
eesh. I did that one dude, what's his name? Begins with an L. Like not Lullaby. Lubiri. Is it Lubiri?
Yeah, was it Logan Labura?
No, it's not Logan Lubira. That's a different guy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's a 90s guy who did
Yeah,
some
the
work
guy
for
that did
Extreme
the
and Marvel.
Megatron like kind of one shot. We didn't really love the art. It
Yeah.
wasn't.
And I didn't lucky. I think he's the same guy that took over Battle Chasers. Like we waited 20 years for Battle Chasers to come back, and he draws it. And Joe Mad does the B cover. Like, come on, man.
Right.
I understand
Normally
getting
I'm
the
for
his,
that. Yeah, but yeah, no, I know.
but he, and that's the rule of you're the creator. Joe Mad is a creator owner,
Right.
so he can get the A cover, especially when the B cover is drawn by the artist, and the artist inside is like newer.
Yeah, yeah, it was fine.
And
It
I
was
think he's
fine.
doing a book from Image called Ghost Pepper, and that doesn't look bad. So it's
Hmm.
like maybe I would like this guy's art on stuff I don't love. You know
I
what I
see.
mean?
Right,
Like
right,
Chuck
right.
Austin is a really good writer on stuff I don't care about. But when I care about it, it like stuff bugs me. There's stuff in his Uncanny X-Men run and stuff in his Avengers run. Or no, he had New X-Men. And I'm just like, I understand the story, but there's a lot
Mhm.
of character stuff that sucks. But he goes and does his own thing, and I'm like, yeah, this is great. World Watch is great. His US War Machine was good. Like he's
Yeah, I
good
like
with his
that War
own
Machine
stuff.
book. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But there's just something about like when you care about a character, he just didn't get it. That's all. And that's
Yeah.
and that's what, rounding it back, like that artist, the Ghost Pepper image book looks kind of good. And I'll check it
Mhm.
out. But as far as drawing stuff I love, nope.
Nope.
Style's a little too far away from what I want. But who am I? Who am I? I'm just
Who
one
are
dude buying
you?
this stuff.
You're Rob
I'm
Messick.
I'm the face of fandom. This big, fat, bald-headed face of fandom, which,
I
by the way,
think
is a lot of fandom.
that's a lot. That's a lot of face.
That's
A lot
right.
of
We're
face,
all
a lot of
we're all the
fandom.
Kyle Gasses of fandom.
Yeah, this art reminded me of was it Ronaldo Guedes who did Action Comics with James
Okay.
Robinson? It was a little
Yeah.
stiff, but
That's
but
that's funny.
overall pretty good. I don't know what that guy's doing now. Um, yeah, another listen, I really like this Jed MacKay X-Men. I like every name
Yeah.
here. I think this is just very, very 90s throwback.
Good
I
names.
I do like that. I feel like this is kind of the opposite of Free Planet where, I don't need to know more than this person's Schwarzschild. I don't that's it. That's all I need. Time Bomb,
Yeah.
Juice, Psychovore,
Cheers.
Juice. That's great. But see,
And he's
that's not
and he's
that's not
orange.
different. Yeah, that's not he's it's
He's
not that
OJ.
different. He's
Call him
OJ.
OJ. Yeah, did you ever
Uh
hear the biggest conspiracy theory about OJ is that his son killed the mom? Like, and that's what like
how?
cops supposedly say. I don't know. It's just like the biggest conspiracy theory. I heard that, I laughed, and then I'm like, oh my God, people believe this. Like the cops in LA believe that story, and they let OJ take the fall because any father would do that for his son.
There's so much weird stuff on that. Like the Netflix just did a recent OJ mini, and it goes into how much evidence wasn't collected the right way on day one,
Wow. Yeah, I'm
and
sure.
then that's it. Like it
It's like
can't be
it's like
admitted later. You
it's
can't
like the
put
new
it in.
Making the Murderer. You ever watch that?
No, no.
Oh, it's like really weird. This guy he gets thrown in jail, but he's innocent the first time. But then he gets accused of a murder the second time. And it really seems like he did it, but everything's fumbled, the cops mess up. There's just weird things. You're like, oh, maybe he is innocent. So you don't know whether or not he's innocent. But like, did putting him in jail the first time mistakenly make him a murderer? That's the
Mm.
question. So I don't know. But it's the
Was
same
that a
thing with
real
OJ.
show?
Yeah. It's a real show on Netflix, making a murderer, I believe.
And it's a murder show. It's not a
It's a murder
drama.
show.
Murder
Yeah, and it's
show,
like
murder show, murder show.
and it's a solid 10 or 13 episodes. It hit the zeitgeist so much so that when Obama was president, people were trying to get a list together to like free him, and Obama's like, I can't free him. It's like a state thing and not a federal. I can't pardon him because it's
Right,
not
right,
a
right.
federal crime. It's a state crime. But even still, I'm like, should he be pardoned? I don't know.
And then
It's like I
Obama's
kind of
like, I gotta watch the end of the season to figure out if he did.
put it this way. Here, put it this way, Mark. He might be guilty, but he might not deserve to be in jail.
Right, right. Didn't
Like
HBO
it,
have? They always had like weird shit like that. They would have like the wasn't it the Iceman comment or something like it. They had like literally like a bounty hunter like assassin talking about just murdering people like just
yes,
in
yeah, I
a
remember that.
cell. That's edgy, edgy. Um, you got three anchors here. I don't know what's going on
Sean
here.
Parsons, Harpy. Check out Harpy.
Is that right?
You, I
That's
think
Dan
so.
Parsons. No,
Oh,
that's Dan
Is that
Parsons.
Dan Parsons?
Yeah, it's Dan Parsons.
He used to
He
always be at the Philly show. He'd be like, "Hey, check out
he
Harpy. Check out
signed. Yeah, he
Harpy."
signed. He signed at the store. I got him in
He's
the
not a
store.
wasn't a bad anchor. Like he did become an anchor. That's why I thought. That's why my brain went right to him.
Yeah, I mean he's still I don't know if he's still around, but he did a ton of work for Avatar. Like he did a ton. He did like
Yeah,
so, get paid, bro. Live
Live
say.
Say. I
Yeah.
like Live Say. He always like whenever Danny Miki repost stuff of mine, Live Say is right there to ink it
Oh, did
or
you see
to
did you
like it.
see that I don't know if you saw this on our Youngblood. I meant to tell you this on our Youngblood. When we talked about Chance Wolf. Chance Wolf wrote on our in the comments. He
No
has a
shit, did
comment,
he?
yeah, about like the pages he inked because we talked about like we're not sure, and you were like, I think I could probably figure it out, and he puts the actual pages that he inked in there.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's cool. That's cool.
Chance
So,
Wolf.
but Chance Wolf, yep,
He does not do a lot of interviews, but
he
we're
must.
gonna get him.
Yeah, we might get him because I think every time if Chance Wolf watches our show, we talk about him a lot as a designer and a logo designer, and just like we talk about him very fondly. So yeah, I'm pretty sure people like to go on
We
shows when
we talk
when they
about
got big
we
fans.
you know what's funny is we talk about most comics positively and most creators positively, and even newer guys who we don't particularly love. Like like that artist. I said I didn't like his Transformers. I didn't like his Battle Chasers, but his Ghost Pepper book looks good. Like
Yeah,
it's
right,
not.
right,
Sometimes it's not that you're a shitty artist. It's that you're on the wrong book.
right.
And I
Yeah.
think a lot of times, like it's like, oh, this artist is boring. Yeah, for this book he might be, but he can still draw
Mm.
better than you and I can. We're not bad, but we're not comic book level, you know?
Yeah, it's probably no different than like different people you've seen in movies. You're like, something's up with that thing. What's up with that
Yeah,
guy? What's up with Walton
yeah,
Goggins? What's he doing over there? Dude, I didn't
yeah.
know. Apparently, Fallout's working on season three right now. Season
Well,
three. Two's like shot. Two's
that's
done.
fantastic.
I don't understand. Like, how Walton does he not sleep? How did he do it? He went right from White Lotus to Gemstones, and then what? When did he shoot Fallout in season two? When the hell was that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, dude. But it could be a thing where I know
And
you said it before. Is that like Giancarlo Esposito is like he didn't have work for a long time where he had bits and pieces of work. So now that it's on a hot streak, you just work.
you just
Um,
work.
you just work. Yeah.
Same
But
with
I
Pedro
imagine you got
Pascal.
to be good. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
But he has to be good, dude. I swear to God,
he's
this makes
it's
me so insane. I fought with my sister on Sunday. We were talking on Mother's Day.
right.
I have Mother's Day breakfast. I'm yelling. I'm fighting with my sister about Last of Us. Like, because she's like, well, this is that. And she was like defending us. Like, what are you on the show? What are you, a showrunner? Like, I started just yelling at her. I was like, listen, here's what you should have done. Because she watched Walking Dead too. I'm like, Walking Dead, how like Shane died after like the fourth issue of Walking Dead. He's in two very long seasons of The Walking Dead. You to me, and they still, and you know what? I think it's kind of a cheat. And maybe I'll watch next week. I think next week's episode
Yeah.
is a flashback episode.
Yes, because the ending of this episode. Did you watch this week's?
Nah, I'm not watching it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Oh, okay.
watch it. I'm not gonna watch it because they keep changing little bits and pieces. If you're gonna be like holier than thou to the game, but then you add a line or two that's dumb. She's gonna be a dad. Come on, it's so
Oh,
dumb.
everyone. Yeah, that's the line everyone hated.
It's
It's like,
awful.
no, no,
Because
he's
that's
the
not
baby.
it's not the same sentiment in the game. Bringing a
No,
baby into this like dystopian horrible like no, it's bad. Bad news bears. Like no, no good. So they just kind of
that's
took it out.
that's bad news bears, baby.
I don't want. I
That's
just. I don't. I'm not shipping those guys. I'm not shipping them. Bad News Bears, ship it.
I
Anyway,
only I think I heard that on a what's it was Tenacious D Sasquatch song. I think or was it during Spider-Man? Oh, dude, they do a live Spider-Man. You were there, remember?
yeah. I think I got tickets. I think you
When he's
got
like,
tickets.
yeah, he said it during that, and I think I have it recorded somewhere. Like he's like I forget what he says, but he's like that's bad news bears. That's a lot of Sascom. Like so Sasquatch and Spider-Man were fighting. Way too much Sascom.
Oh, that's funny.
We are now
That's
an
funny.
R-rated show.
There we go.
It's
Anyway,
biology.
Netho Diaz. So Netho
Science.
Diaz, a really fun B artist.
Yeah.
JP Merritt. I mean, it just feels like this is just a Stegman book straight through, but this guy's a great this guy's great. I'm fine. It feels very seamless in between the two
This
artists.
is the X book. I like that heavyset guy floating like it's kind of like a Major X helmet. Like it's kind of
Yeah,
what's the deal with
exactly.
that?
Exactly. I
What
don't
what is
know.
the deal with that?
Everything has elements of something. Everything has elements. Like I feel like this purple costume feels like the 90s Magneto costumes. And then
Yes.
you have Magneto at the end. Okay, you're gonna fight a kaiju and you're gonna make yourself a giant sentinel.
Dude, doesn't that look like Sylvester Sentinel? It's awesome looking.
Come on.
Remember
Come on
Sylvester
now.
drew the Sentinels on the last four issues of Grant Morrison's run?
Yeah, yeah, that's a great ending.
Yeah, it's a great ending.
Great ending. So we'll take
Dude,
it.
Joe Quesada was so pissed because he thought like Grant Morrison was going to stick around X-Men longer. And then like he went back and signed exclusive with DC and Quesada's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I signed back with DC." Only he said it's Scottish and probably ununderstandable.
Yeah, I can't believe when we met him, I couldn't understand a word he said.
I,
Couldn't understand a word he said. Do you know
it
what's
took
so
me like
weird? Did you see
what?
that they have a I don't know if it's an old I think it's an older interview of and it's Wade and they're talking about the story itself on how were they in San Diego? Him
Oh, where
and
they meet the Superman?
yeah, the Superman, the guy
I
just
love it.
walking around like
Just a
Superman.
dude, and he's like the inspiration for All-Star Superman.
Yeah, just sat down on train
Just
tracks and
sat
like
down,
yeah,
talked
it's
to him.
so crazy.
Oh, he was comfortable in his costume, like just
Yeah.
comfortable. And that's Grant Morrison took that for his All-Star Superman. I really dug that.
Yeah. That's a great story. That's a great story. I think that they really fumbled on not having that book reprinted in facsimile. You're reprinting Hattush for Hattush. Who cares? You should
Yeah,
have just had it lined up.
I hear that part two of Hush 2, they might call Hush 3, and they might number it number one.
Come on, man.
It's what we said they should have did for Hush 2. But,
Hattush.
it's like,
Yeah.
no, because they're like, oh, Jim Lee talks about Hush 3. I'm like, what? He's got to finish 2 first. And I'm like, you sons of bitches. You're going to call the second half of the storyline Hush 3.
Yeah. I know it's
Sh
dumb. The numbers are
shoulder
dumb.
shrug,
Yeah.
shoulder shrug. Yeah.
But I also don't want Fractions Run to stop. I think that when Hathresh, whenever Hathresh comes
Yep.
out,
Thrush. Call it Thrush.
Thrush, Thrush. Yeah. Okay. What was that? Was that Dimension Films? I feel like Dimension Films. Right? I remember it was like Scream 2, you know what I mean? Like Scream
Oh, yeah,
3.
yeah.
Like I feel like it's all those, the Faculty. I haven't watched the Faculty in a while. Faculty's really good.
Good people in it.
Faculty's excellent. Robert Rodriguez.
Made
The
the world
Kevin
love
Williamson, and then Robert Rodriguez was on Rogan. And he was on a couple things.
that
Pretty
trailer. Made
pretty
the
great.
people love Flagpole Sitta
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
because they used that in the trailer, and everyone was like, "The song's great."
That song
The
is
song
great.
went to number one. You ever listen to the rest of the album?
It's not good. I think
That
I
song.
bought the album. I feel like a couple of those I bought the album like, yeah, it's gonna be great, and it's not good. You know what makes no sense? And I don't even like the song that much. I remember getting what was it? The Breakfast Tiffany's guys. What the heck were
Yeah,
they called? That album
the
was horrible. Why did I buy that? That was like the song, and I was like,
I
and
liked.
then
Was
what's
it
that?
right?
The guy Roll to Me. Remember that? I was like, yeah, Roll
Yeah,
to Me. That's really good. And that album was bad too.
I like
Edwin
that.
something.
SR-71 did right now, right
Oh,
here, right now.
oh
And the
yeah, yeah.
first song on the album's good. That song's really good, and the rest of it's just boring. We just lost all our SR-71.
Ah, boo.
I
Yeah,
know
SR-71. So
all our SR-71 fans.
yeah. So anyway, X-Men. This is the X-Men book. I don't know what's happening in Uncanny.
I hope the
I'm
sales are
so
good.
lost.
Listen, I hope the sales in this book are really good because when they do the eventual revamp of the X-Men, which has got to be happening, I want this book to stick around.
Right. I imagine because everything's getting canceled. You know. So uh,
This book is like almost decades in the making. You know anything about
yeah.
the behind the scenes stuff of this?
Yeah, this was apparently this was way back in. like Tech Jacket time, right? Like
Like
around that
first,
time.
like volume one Tech Jacket, not the Joe Keating Tech Jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Benito Cereno and Kirkman jam idea. Well, Eric Sue wasn't, EJ Sue wasn't attached to it yet, and it just kind of went to the wayside when Kirkman got popular. But now it's back, and
It's
different
back
things
in.
happened, and it's changed, and
Yeah,
the titles changed.
the titles changed. Yeah, this was pretty good. I just think that the pacing was a little weird. Um, and I don't
It's
know if I
still great.
liked the
False
character
start.
yet. Yeah,
Yeah, we're not sure. We're not sure if we're supposed to like her or not.
right.
And the whole time you're staring at her hair, like, is it hair? It's like, no, it's like floating blood because she's like
It's
an alien. Okay,
right, right.
all right.
Yeah, so I think they do a good job with that. I think that the coloring on it's very, very cool and stark. Like it looks really cool. It
I
it looked
understand it
it looked
better than
cool.
Free Agents.
Yeah,
No, it's not called Free
it's
Agent. What's it called? Was it Free Agents? No, that's the Busey book
free
that's also
planet.
really boring. Free Planet.
Now this again, coming out the same week as that. This did a very specific world build. This was the only part I really liked. This was like 5 or 6 pages, and you're just gonna have like Stanley from The Office in it.
Right? I love it.
You're just gonna have Stanley from The
It's
Office in it.
so like throws you. You're like, that's
I
just
know,
Stanley
but
from The
that took
Office.
me out of it. That pulled me out of it because
Did it?
like she doesn't look like anybody. You know what I mean? Like so
No.
it's
You know why I like it? Because you got Principal Winslow in Invincible, who's just,
oh
Carl
yeah,
from
that's right.
Family Matters. So having an overweight African American man be a position of
That's the
power
staple.
is par for the course. And we don't know if that's a Kirkman or a Benito Cereno idea.
Right, right, right.
But if they do a movie, they know who to cast.
I feel like every number one should have this. Every number one should just have a single page. This is what we liked about number ones in the
Oh, he
90s.
talks about it here. I didn't even,
Yeah.
it's funny. I was going to go back and read this. I listened to a Kirkman Sereno interview where he was talking about that.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
this is like Battle Pope time. He knew both those guys from then, and that's when he called it ooh la,
Ooh la
ooh la
la.
la, ooh la la, Space Police.
That sounds so great when you create it in your head, but when you write it down on paper, you're like, no.
Yeah, yeah. But I just think you should. I think you should just have this because I feel like Free Planet would have benefited, and then they could plug their old stuff. Like I feel like it's always good when it's done. It always makes you think about something that
I
might plug something else.
I love this because it's the joke you and I said in the past. He's like, oh, you didn't read the new My Heart Remains at the Bottom of Lake Misery. like doing that Tinian style of a horror title. Like I love it.
Oh
Like
yeah, 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 yeah.
that's a great fake horror title.
My heart remains at the bottom of Lake Misery. Yes, that's correct. That's very funny. You got
Blood
your
and Thunder.
Kira cover. You got your Kira.
Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah, these were the variants that were pretty good. I don't know Andy Thomas. I feel like that I've seen that name
I know Andy
recently.
Tong. I just forget right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. David Lopez, great. Bernard Chang, very cool.
Yeah,
And there's a Jay Scott, and that is that his girlfriend, wife, person, Tanya. She does coloring, I guess. On
probably.
that, really good.
He's like, here's a Medusa cover I have left over. The Humans book didn't take off like we thought.
Right. Let me just slightly redraw it, but no, listen. That's nice. Listen, camel cover will probably help the book a bit. I don't know how this
I didn't
would
even know there
sell.
was one.
No, I didn't. I didn't know either. I mean, it's. I don't know how this is going to sell. You know.
I hope good. I liked. Did you like what was it Solara? What was the book that Joe Keating wrote? It was a Kirkman property. It was Joe Keating and come on, who drew New Mutants for Liefeld? Brett Blevins. Brett
Mhm.
Blevins. Did you read that book?
Stellar. Is that what
Stellar.
it's called?
Yeah,
Yes.
Stellar. I
I
kind of
oh
like that.
I love it.
I
I
like
love
that
it.
book. I don't know why it ended. I don't know if it was low sales or I think his wife might
I
have
think it
died
was just
around that point.
no. I thought it was just a mini. I thought that was it.
Mm,
I thought it was a sixth mini. That's it. There was a couple of them around the same time. Stellar came out, Sea of Stars came out. Sea of Stars was Jason Aaron, Dennis Hallam, and Stephen Green, I believe.
Dennis who?
Dennis Hopeless Hallam.
Bad
Hopeless
move,
Hallam.
dude. You either stick with your pen name or you don't.
Yeah.
That guy lost his career.
We lost his career because of Ant-Man and the Wasp. No, Ant-Man Quantumania. I feel that's how.
He uh he's one of those guys that was like the lesser Ewings. Like he came in with all those guys and just kind of like I think he probably did X-Men Legacy or he did some X-Men book. It was okay.
Mm.
Regardless, Sea of Stars is okay. I think I read the first six and then kind of
I think that was
zoned
it.
out.
I think that's all I did.
All right. Well, I didn't
Um,
miss it.
yeah, there was another. Well,
We're
I
gonna
think
start
like
we're gonna start becoming the jerk podcast. We're like,
I
I didn't
think
miss it.
right, right, right. I think I guess any image property with an S we like. Starlight. Starlight
True.
we love. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Stellar, great.
True.
Um,
True.
yeah, no, Brett Blevins for me, it became a love later. Like he does a great job on like the Sword of Solomon Kane miniseries. Great, like in the 80s. He did, I believe, Dark Crystal. He did Dark Crystal
I think it was
adaptation.
Dark Crystal, or was it? Yeah, it was Dark Crystal. I think you're right.
Yeah, Labyrinth wasn't. I forget who did Labyrinth, but it was stiffer. It wasn't Brett
Yeah.
Blevins.
No, no, I forget everything right now.
But New Mutants, yeah, New Mutants. Like I kind of like his stuff was like annoying. Like I think all the kids looked really like super extra cartoony.
Yeah, yeah. It still had like Bird Brain, and it just wasn't great.
Yeah, that
Like
was a little.
Liefeld's like, yeah, let me get rid of Bird Brain, let me get rid of Warlock, let me
Right.
get rid of Rain with her buzz cut.
Mm.
It's like Liefeld had his finger on what was popular. Liefeld's the MTV generation. He's slightly older than us, so he was just like, yeah, like Madonna doesn't look like this anymore, so let's make Boom Boom look different. Like
Right,
let's
right.
let's up these characters,
That's
make
right.
them
She's
actually.
Madonna.
She's Madonna. Like 8 years later, like she's still rocking that style.
She's still, yeah, she's still
Richter,
Madonna in the
nobody,
shirt with her belly
Richter
button out.
is like Richter looks like Billy Idol, and that wasn't a thing anymore. Like if
Right,
you
right,
wanted to
right.
do a teen book and make them stay teens, like it's one thing if you make them adults who are hanging on to their style. We wore flannel shirts well into our 20s because that's what we liked. We're the grunge generation. So when
That's
grunge
right.
ended and ska took over, I'm like, I'm not giving up grunge for ska. You can have that ska, Zach.
I think it's funny that Scott. We knew Scott was going to go away, and that was it. Do you remember when what was it? It was like the Gap commercials. Remember when Swing was in for like
Yep,
three
yep.
weeks? We're like, yeah, Swing. We're all
Swings
going to
back.
do it. We're doing
They
it. Swingers.
they
We all got
they
the
referenced
Swinger
it.
soundtrack.
Do you remember they referenced it in Captain America? Was that Morales' run? He takes this girl swing dancing. She's like, "Oh, you're so good at swing dancing. Like, how do you know this new style of dance?" He's like, "New style."
That's pretty
Like,
funny, actually. That's
like
pretty
was this
cool.
book published in that 3 month window?
Right, right. No,
Oh, it's
maybe.
it's it's great, Mark. I watched all the Police Squad episodes yesterday and
Oh,
today.
really?
Had a great time. Great time watching it. Just laughing my ass off with all the stupid stuff.
Where are they? They're streaming somewhere.
I had the DVD set.
Oh, I see. I have them in. They're in the
I don't
my
know what you're talking
Google
about.
Drive.
They are not streaming anywhere.
Hmm.
Um, but like, there's this one part. There's this shoe shine guy who everyone always goes to because he's got all the inside info. And like, he goes and it's a funny scene. But then like, whenever Leslie Nielsen leaves, the joke is someone famous comes next and asks a stupid question.
Oh, I know what
So
you're talking
Leslie
about.
Nielsen leaves the shoe shine guy, and Dick Clark shows up. He's
Yeah.
like, he goes, "What's up with ska?" He goes, "I don't know what you're talking about." So he gives him the $20. He's like, "Ska's a type of music based off of," and he gives his whole history of ska. He goes, "But it'll never come into popularity, the mainstream." Like, and I'm like, that's
Right.
funny because the first time I watched that episode was like the late '90s. Comedy Central aired like 2 out of the 6 episodes,
Mm.
and
Right.
I'm like, ska's popular right now. How funny! This show's from like I don't know, 78, 79, something like that.
Yeah,
But
no, I think it was yeah, I think it was early 80s. But no, that's yeah, I remember yeah, Dick Clark's on that. I love that they did that gag I think in the movie itself too where well, I guess it's a different gag
yeah, because
where
he
they
asked him
do
a
the money
question, and
back and
he's
forth.
yeah,
And they're like, "Oh, spot me a 20." And you know what I mean? It's like well, maybe this will refresh your memory and then he
yeah.
gives him a 20 and then it's and then it just kind of stops and he runs out of money like, "Can you spot me a
No, the
20?" Okay.
movies the movies perfect where the TV show lacks. The TV show, it's
Yeah.
it's raw, it's rough, it's 6 episodes. There's a lot of misses, but the hits are really just really
Yeah.
the more. Here's what it is. My comedy is the more subtle it is, the more louder I laugh. If it's like real obvious and in your face, I'm like, man, that's humorous, that's cute. But if you do something subtle in the background and I catch it, I love it. It's like a reward.
Yeah, I think the Leslie Nielsen where he knows he screws up and like because I think at one point he's trying to get something out of the one guy's jacket and then he gets the I guess the his partner's wallet. He's like, this guy's got a picture of your wife,
Yeah, yeah, that's so
Ethel,
funny.
and then he knocks the guy out, and then he's like, oh, like he like then
Yeah,
Frank realizes. Leslie Nielsen realizes like, oh, I got that. Okay,
yeah,
but it's too late. Like it's too late. What's happened? And then I think there's always the one guy who's like above the camera. He's like, you got something on the side of your mouth. No, the other
yeah.
side, and then like a big piece of a
Big
banana falls
piece of
off.
animals. Like one of the subtle ones in the show was they're running like this locksmith store, Leslie Nielsen at a White Nordberg, to get this gang
Dwight
that's like trying to
Nordberg.
like rough everyone up. Yeah, White Norberg. So they're selling like keys. It's like locksmith. So this guy throws a rock through the window and it knocks off the L. So you see this guy walking around with like a bull. You're like, what's going on here? So Leslie Nielsen shows up. He's like, hey, Oxsmith? And he's like, no, locksmith. I'm like, that joke's so stupid, but like I laugh so hard. Oxsmith?
Oxsmith. No, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's great. Rudy Nebris. Let's grab the Coney.
All right. What else we got, Mark? Blood and
That's it.
Thunder.
That was
Oh,
it
that
for
was it.
me.
All
That
right.
was
Yeah,
it.
that's
We blew through them. It was a pretty fun week. Pretty easy. Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl.
that's right.
This week upcoming, we're pretty excited. Battle Beast. It was late.
Yeah.
We're very excited with everyone do their homework. Everyone go and read what was it? Skybound.
Skybound X. Uh, Images of Tomorrow. It's got an 8-page Battle Beast prelude story by Kirkman and Otley.
That
I
came out
mean,
like two
if
years ago, right? Came out
yeah,
like
came out like almost 3 years ago. That's how long they've been working on this book.
hmm.
So, but Otley's inking it himself, so that's a lot of work to pencil and ink. And he's ahead, not as far ahead as Kirkman wants him to be, but he's pretty far ahead.
Hey man, just do it. Um,
Just do it. That's a. I can't wait to review that book. I'm excited about it. I hope it's good.
yeah. What else was? Let me see. I think what else was that this week?
We were hoping for Youngblood Deluxe, but we don't know. Youngblood Deluxe 2, like I've been repeating myself, has the Youngblood book that Liefeld tried to do in 1987 for Megaton Comics. It's the artwork he used to get hired at Marvel and DC. They saw those pages and they hired him on the spot. Pretty interesting. I know
Um,
there's other good stuff.
yeah, Huck two, Huck two,
Huck 2, the
Huck
first Huck
two.
by, well, it's by Mark Miller, and the first one was drawn by Raphael Albuquerque.
Yeah, he's
And
not
this
doing
one,
this one.
he could be. He might have come back for it. He
I think
also
he
did the
is.
first Prodigy miniseries. And I said these two characters got to team up. I think I mentioned it on an old news article when we first covered it.
Big game, big game. Godzilla X-Men. I think that's the only Marvel book this week because I think the only thing comes out that's moderately something is like I think Uncanny comes out, but I'm not reading that anymore. Yeah, DC is Absolute Batman, Aquaman, Batman Dark Patterns, and Sophie Campbell Supergirl.
I'm
Um,
excited about that.
pretty tight.
I didn't,
Yeah,
I didn't talk to you about Mothra the other week, but like that artist on there, Frank Martin, like he should be the second to Sophie Campbell Supergirl. Like if she can't do an
yeah.
issue,
I imagine that they're gonna, yeah, they should just take. I feel like whoever, the guy who drew Andrew McLean's Godzilla mini, Danny something, he's doing something soon too. But I feel like that's kind of the same thing as that, like it's artist that's similar to the artist who's writing it, and then they should be like their second. It's funny, like the seconds are really like for example. The
no,
backup and the second for Thor, I always was annoyed by because Pat Olaf drew the backup for Friends. So when it wasn't Friends, it would go to Pat Olaf, and I'm like, this is so boring. I didn't
that's
like,
because they are friends.
they're friends, Ron Friends.
That's
So,
right.
but when it went to Thunderstrike, and then he went over there, it was just like, I don't know, it was just boring. So I like that the fact that there's an alternate person that is as good as Javier Garron doing Uncanny, I think. Versus Marquez. Marquez is barely drawing. I think he's I've had 16 issues. He might have done like four,
He's probably got
maybe.
a bigger project on the horizon.
Probably.
All these guys we kind of think like if you're a Marvel A-lister, you're probably like started off these X books, but then you're
Mhm.
slowly like you're onto something else. I think. Just a
Yeah,
guess,
just
just a
like
fan
well,
guess.
yeah. I mean, just like when you said that, DC America's Best Comics when they were gonna Gene Ha was expensive probably, so they're like, oh no,
Yeah,
we need your talents over here if we're paying you.
right. Even though like the top 10 collections sell great. They're a great evergreen book to have.
Yeah, I imagine Kazar did. Kazar is the best Andy Kubert work ever.
It's great.
But I
He
imagine that didn't sell very well. Like, 12 issues, 12 perfect issues. Well, it's actually almost like 13 issues because I think one or two of them were extra size. And then negative one was Brian K. Vaughan and John Cassaday, early
yeah.
both. Uh, and then it went to like right away, I think to
Hey,
Priest and somebody else.
are the minus ones somewhere special on the Marvel app?
Marvel App's Impossible. I don't know.
I was looking through some stuff and I'm like, where's the I was looking for Amazing Spider-Man minus one. I'm like, where the hell's minus one Spider-Man at? And then something else I was looking up. I'm like, where the hell is -1? Like they're pretty good with issue
1997.
zeros.
You said
Yeah,
1997 annuals aren't they're not
yeah,
up on there for whatever
they're
reason.
not. The I think we I think Silver Surfer might have popped up on the Marvel app this week,
Mm,
but like the Spider-Man 97 app's not there. And the I think some of the team up ones aren't there. The year Marvel did all team ups for annuals, like Spider-Man, Devil Dinosaur and stuff.
right, right. That
So
Joyce
I don't know.
Chin, I think, did that.
I like you and I talking like we're like I wish we could just pay us for like a month and we will organize that whole site
That
top to bottom.
whenever they redid it a couple years ago, it was way better before.
I would get rid of all the semicolons and colons. You don't need them. Just throw them out.
Yeah, don't need them. You need, is it going to be A and D or is it going to be ampersand? Give
Yeah,
me that job. I'll do that job.
you will.
I'll do that job. That's a
You
very
know,
important job.
give me a lifetime free membership, and I'll just do it.
Wow, I
I'll
want
do it
the
in my
money.
spare. I would do it in my spare time.
No, I need money. Give me that money. I love
Yeah, but
money.
yeah, but you save $60 a year, Mark. You're gonna
That's
have that
okay.
Marvel app for the rest of your life.
True. True. Yes. So anyway, let's do it up. We're gonna everyone watch our check out the socials and idiosyncratic pulp and all the X's, all the Rob's X's, Rob Messick,
Yep.
Maximum Supreme. Doing it
And
again.
that's right. Check out Awestruck Comics Facebook page. Has nothing to do with the show, but it's awesome. It's Awestruck.
It's all struck and all
Hey, did
struck and
there's an Awesome Comics podcast? I didn't know that.
is it about awesome comics? Is it about
It's not, sadly. I was like, Awesome Comics podcast. I'll listen to that. I'm like, this isn't about awesome at all.
no, get over your dead parents. All right, that's enough.
Awestruck, Mark. We are awestruck. All right.
All right,
Bloods.
see you, everybody.